in a pivotal consultative meeting orchestrated by the Cradle Children Foundation and the Center for Reproductive Rights, stakeholders engaged with members of Parliament to deliberate on crucial amendments to the Sexual Offences Act. Under the leadership of Chantal Onyango, acting as the chairperson, the discussions delved into pressing issues surrounding sexual harassment and abuse, proposing solutions to fortify legal frameworks and protect vulnerable individuals. Stakeholders emphasized the imperative for precise definitions of grooming and consent within the legal framework, alongside advocating for stricter penalties to be imposed on offenders, and further underscore the significance of holding parents accountable for neglecting to report cases of defilement. It addressed the critical need for the care and protection of mentally challenged individuals over 18 years old, advocating for their rights to love and protection, and the discussions touched on the necessity for digital laws to align with the harassment laws, emphasizing the importance of comprehensive victim support measures, and all were made for the establishment of public registries for offenders, coupled with the recognition of the significance of rehabilitation centers, among other issues. The deliberations during the meeting underscored a collective commitment among stakeholders to safeguard vulnerable individuals and enact robust legal frameworks to address sexual offenses comprehensively.
Add the opinions, and we shall incorporate the opinions they've given to us to add so that we can make this a solid document. Remember, we are doing this in the best interest of this country. We are not doing it in the best interest of us as individuals. And we continue to have more stakeholders so that in the end, we will have a document that is first acceptable to everyone, a document that incorporates all opinions of all stakeholders.
What we are saying as the Cradle is that sexual offenses should only be heard by a competent, trained judge or magistrate, and this is not an issue where chiefs and people within the community can sit down and talk about it and decide it within their cultural traditions. In as much as we respect our traditions, we're saying that some of them are repugnant and that sexual offenses are very, very serious and they should be heard within our court systems.
Most importantly, I think for me, this piece of legislation and the drafts that I'm seeing, I want to talk about the gender desks. We have had the gender desks for a long time. The gender desks have not been working. And no one is questioning on why the gender desks are not working. Registered sex offenders. You know, recently with the femicide issues, you found out that the aggressors, the criminals in those cases that were highlighted apparently had many pending cases and had been reported before. So why are we not talking about having a public register for sex offenders? We have sex offenders who've been convicted and they're still working in nursery schools, they are working in daycare centers, they are working they are actually working with vulnerable communities which they could also affect in terms of whether they have reformed or they have not reformed.